It's super interesting sometimes we as Christians can think that, if people leave our life, if they no longer choose to have anything to do with us or be our friend or be an acquaintance, even members in the church, if we feel that people are turning away from us or perhaps not attending church or not being in fellowship with us, that we ultimately think that because they're not following me, that means they're not following God. And I just want to call this out now. That is vanity. Right then and there, that is absolute vanity. That is an altar set up in self that almost expects others to worship us, expects others to submit to us, to our authority, exalting ourselves up on a high throne. And I'm telling you now, if we do not course correct, if we do not submit ourselves, our thinking, and repent for pride and place that down at the feet of Jesus, we will pay for it in the end. Everybody deserves to come to Jesus and follow Christ in their own way. Yes, there are certain biblical things. Yes, I feel it's very important to be in discipleship and fellowship with other people. Does that mean that we need to continue being as close with people that we've our discernment's picked up that perhaps they're not as forthright as they first came across? No. There is absolutely nothing in the Bible saying that we need to stick by people for the sake of being in fellowship if they are toxic. And just as it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. And then 34, think carefully about what is right, stop sinning, for to your shame I say that some of you don't know God at all. So when we continue to choose to be around people who continuously revel in sin, they're unrepentant, they're unforgiving, we come into agreement with their sin by way of acquaintance. Even if we do not sin as they are, the fact that we're continuing to want to be in fellowship with them or around them for the sake of being supportive. This is another trap. Many Christians, get caught in the realms of thinking that we need to be supportive and loving and, close to absolutely everyone. And that's just not true. Jesus told us not to sit at tables with sinners. Now, that's not to be judgmental. We still need to pray. But, if one rotten apple sits too close to another apple, that apple will become rotten itself.